Good evening. I'm Carolyn Casson, President and CEO at Michigan Women Forward, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 12th annual Women Up and Pitch Business Plan and Pitch competition here in Southeast Michigan. These competitions are held throughout the state of Michigan every Thursday in March. But back in October, 110 women submitted two-page business concept papers with their applications to be in this competition here tonight. With the help of our volunteer reviewers, we narrowed it down to 40 finalists across the state, 10 of whom are pitching tonight. Before we jump into the pitches, I want to take a moment for you to meet our esteemed judges. I'm going to call each one of them out. They're going to come in and introduce themselves, tell us something that isn't in their title about them, and then we'll get started. Our first judge is Danielle Cole. She's the Senior Vice President and Divisional Credit Administration Officer. That's a great title. Comerica Bank. Welcome, Danielle.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me, Caroline. I am excited to be here. I was excited to read the business plans and excited to hear the pitches tonight. As Carolyn said, my name is Danielle Cole. I've been at the bank for 27 years, so I'm a lifer here. I approve commercial loans in middle market, U.S. banking, and our energy services. Something that is unique about me is, as an adult, I never had a dog, and COVID brings crazy things. And I adopted a dog during COVID. And so he has joined us along with my husband. And I have two children that are 19 and 21. So I'm really happy to be here. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Danielle. We're lucky to have you. And bring on the dog and the camera if you want. The second judge is Tahara Saad, who is the global DEI manager at Ford Motor Company. And she is a tremendous colleague and friend to Michigan Women Forward. And we've been working together for a long time. Welcome, Tahara.
Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you so much for having me. This is my first time judging, and it was so exciting to go through all of the business plans and to read all the pitches. And I'm really excited to be here.
Great. And Naveen Shatara is our third judge. She's the Vice President and Small Business Banker Manager at Bank of America. Ooh, lots of bankers here tonight.
Yes, thank you for having me today. I really did enjoy reading through all the different business plans. There's so many great ideas, and I love how much talent we have here in our great state of Michigan. I've been with Bank of America for 8.5 years, married, live in Southeast Michigan, and I have two little daughters. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, judges. And you have the hardest job of all tonight. Well, I don't know. Maybe the people who are pitching might disagree with you. They're pretty nervous right now. So let's get started pretty soon here. But I want you to know that these judges have already reviewed each of the finalists' 10-page business plan, as some of them mentioned. That accounts for 60% of the final score tonight. And in less than a minute, we're going to hear the pitches for the very first time. And that accounts for 40% of their total score. Each finalist is going to have 3 minutes to pitch, and only 3 minutes to pitch, and up to 5 minutes for the judges to ask some questions. Is everybody ready? All right. Yes, thumbs up. Let's get started.
All right, great. Thanks so much, Carolyn. We'll let you go, and we are going to have Carolyn rejoin us a little bit later towards the end of the program. Judges, thank you so much for being here. To everyone watching, I'm Ellie Drain, Program Reporting and Events Manager at Michigan Women Forward. I work in our Grand Rapids office, which is has turned into my production studio, you could call it. So I'm over here on the west side of the state, but still very much involved and excited to be here this evening. So as Carolyn mentioned, how this works is each finalist is going to have 3 minutes to pitch, and then up to 5 minutes for the judges to ask some questions, interact with them. Now, we will get to our first finalist in just one moment. Before we do that, I do want to give the audience some reminders. So audience members, you should have received your own nifty scorecard. If you're super cool like me, you can print it out. Otherwise, feel free to pull it up on your device or computer as a fillable PDF, but you get to be the judge as well this evening. So we want you to follow along and understand what a difficult job the judges are going to have by scoring these business pitches this evening. So one way for you to follow along, something else to be keeping in mind as we go, we are going to ask for your votes for a little bit later for a few different awards. Okay, so something to be thinking, you will be voting for the best hook, which is the best opening line, what hooked you in and made you want to listen more. You are also going to be able to vote on most creative visuals. Maybe it's a slide, a background, something that they're holding up. So you will get to decide on that, as well as the most passionate pitch. So who could you just feel the passion coming at you through your screen this evening? So keep those in mind. I'll walk you through how to vote for those after all of our finalists have pitched. All right. Enough of me. We're going to get into it. So this evening, we are going to hear from 10 finalists, 5 in the startup category and 5 in the established category. We are going to start with that, with the startup category. And our first finalist this evening, Christian Moon with the Mom Wellness Cave. Hi, Christian. How are you?
Hi. I'm excited.
Good. Okay. That's a good start. It's a really good start. And we can see and hear you. So that's also a good start. Well, hey, you have some slides for us. I'm going to go ahead and bring those into the screen here. Okay. So Christian, you are our first finalist in the entire competition tonight and in the startup category. So here's how this works. I have 3 minutes on my timer here. When you start talking, this countdown will start. If need be, I will call time at 3 minutes and you may finish your sentence. After that, we will go into up to 5 minutes of questions with the judges. So are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, take a deep breath. Let it out. I know you're going to kick us off strong this evening when you are ready.
Let's start with a question. How many people here were born into this world by a mother? And no, this is not a trick question. We were all brought into this world by a mom, correct? Then why are mothers' well-being not more of a priority? Listen to this. According to motherly.com, 94% of moms feel like society doesn't support them. And I know this to be true firsthand because I am a part of that 94%. Hi, my name is Christian Moon. I'm a mom and an advocate for motherhood wellness. And I was that mom that suffered silently, scared to speak up, until not taking care of myself showed up for me both physically and mentally. I'm talking about hair loss, stress hives, and mental exhaustion. I didn't have access to resources to show me how to prioritize myself. And unfortunately, many moms share that exact same story. Especially single moms who often carry the load alone. They're often the primary caretakers for their children with little to no support. Moms are literally the glue that holds most of the world together, yet they are the least supported. The worst part is lack of support can sometimes cause things like moms ending their lives, shaken baby syndrome, and child-related deaths, sometimes just stemming from moms feeling overwhelmed. Today, I am here to address that problem and be that voice for moms. My solution, the Mom Wellness Cave. Think of a sanctuary for moms, equivalent to a man's cave, but instead a new wellness center that offers a holistic approach to taking care of moms, giving moms access to self-care and spa services, mental health counseling, and wellness products. We will even be offering interactive workshops such as mommy workouts, mental health workshops that even include childcare. We are literally putting everything that can help the mom's motherhood journey all in one place, making a Mom Wellness Cave a one-stop shop. I know firsthand that this is a solution that is needed because for the past 3 years, I've been in a community helping moms, and I've heard the struggles that they have and they need to be addressed. Unfortunately, I've been limited to how many moms I can help due to not having a dedicated space to host these workshops and provide these services. And so that's why I plan to open a Mom Wellness Cave in the city of Detroit, where resources like this are limited. There's about 10,000 babies born each year in the city of Detroit alone. So there's definitely a need, but it also gives us a competitive advantage since there's no other wellness centers for moms in the city. So today, I asked for $10,000 in funding in order to support more moms by leasing a brick and mortar location of at least 2,500 square feet that would allow us to provide moms a safe space and a real solution for those challenging times in motherhood. Please help me to show moms that they matter too.
All right, 10 seconds left. Well done. Definitely under that 3-minute mark. Okay, Christian. So now what we're going to do is allow the judges an opportunity to ask you some questions they may have had after reviewing your business plan and hearing your pitch. So for this round, we're going to start with Danielle, then Tahara, and then Naveen. So Danielle, go ahead and kick us off.
Yeah, thank you. I can tell you're very passionate about this. I was just wondering if you could just detail me what exactly you will be offering the women. And so you were very broad, but can you walk me through the door and what exactly would be in this facility?
Okay, so we will have spa services such as massages, facials, nail techs, and then also we'll have the mental health element, which would include in-house counseling. And then we'll have our workshops that we host periodically throughout the week and then on Saturdays. And pretty much like different programs, like putting them in contact with nutritionists, just different resources to really enhance the mom's overall wellness journey. So everything in a central location.
And how would the child care work? Would that be, and from your business plan, all this is a la carte, which means you're paying for each individual service as you're walking in the door. Is that correct?
Right. And then we also have memberships that will have the workshops included, and then they'll get basically discounts on the actual services. So there's perks to having a membership as opposed to just walking in, but we do offer walk-in services as well. Okay. And then to answer your other question about the childcare is for the workshops that will be hosted periodically through the week and for sure on Saturdays. And then we're also going to have all day childcare on Saturday for moms who, are off work on a weekend and possibly Sundays.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Christian. I loved your pitch. I am definitely one of those moms that suffered in silence after my son. I had postpartum anxiety and didn't even know it was a thing. So I suffered through it and didn't even realize. So I definitely appreciate the concept. I love it. My question is around, I know you need the 10,000 to open up space, a physical brick and mortar. Mm-hmm. So my question is, have you looked at some spaces? Do you have an idea? Is that enough? How long will it last? How long will that 10,000 get you?
Well, that should help us with, first of all, securing the space. So we want to lease. So that would be the down deposit, the first and second month or first and last month. And then I have looked at some locations. So we're trying to go, I really like Midtown a lot, but I am open to the Avenue of Fashion District as well. I was looking over there. I do see those as like up and coming areas. So I kind of wanted to stick to those type. And also Grandmont Rosedale is another one that we were looking at as well.
Okay, thanks.
I absolutely love this idea as a mom as well. I mean, I could totally relate and see myself utilizing your place of business. I did have a question though, just based on, like budgeting and everything is so expensive, right?
Yeah.
Because part of it has to do with mental awareness, right? And therapy and things like that. Would you be able to accept like some sort of insurance to help offset that?
Yeah, so that was something that I've actually been considering to do, and then also maybe some government contracting even for the programs. So say for instance for the workshops. So that's been something that I've actually been trying to look into as being an option as well. And I also put in my business plan about this, even offering a sliding scale where it's not as expensive. It's pretty much dependent on, like their income.
Okay. Well, Christian, great job. Way to kick us off strong. We'll let you go and maybe come down a little bit from all of the being so amped up and let you go back into the green room with the other finalists. But thank you again, and we'll talk to you a little bit later, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, so there you go, judges. First one. So you have a good feeling for how that goes. So while I'm just giving you a couple seconds to finish tallying those scores, audience, we do want to hear from you, and we definitely want to be interacting with you throughout this evening. So we have Julia Elliott, who is on both YouTube and Facebook in the chat and comment section. So throughout the evening, she'll be posting links to finalist websites and some social media handles, because not only is it great to win prize money and for them to connect with other finalists pitching and build networks, but we want you to support them as well. So please go ahead, click those links, check out products and services. During this next pitch, I do want to find out where people are watching from. So if you feel like it and you're able, go ahead and let us know in the comment section where it is you're watching from. While you do that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in our second finalist this evening, Tamara Lincoln with Lincoln Stone Paper. Hello, Tamara. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Doing well. Coming to us from the Rocky Mountain State today.
Yes.
Way to get that time zone correct. That would have been something that would have thrown me off, let me tell you. I would have been like, oh, okay. So glad you could join us. So how this works is, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and put you in the big layout just so you are not taken by surprise. And then we'll let you come back once you're done pitching here. So how this works is I have 1, 2, 3 minutes on my timer. When you start talking, this timer will start. If need be, I'll call time at 3 minutes. You may finish your sentence, and then we'll go into the Q&A with the judges. So go ahead, take a deep breath. When you start talking, this timer will start, and good luck.
In 2021, I was suffering from postpartum anxiety. My oldest child was diagnosed with autism, and my house was so chaotic. But I still had to show up as an online first grade teacher. So I decided to pour into my own mental health by drawing and journaling. The biggest problem was my most vulnerable thoughts were being destroyed just by simple paper spills. Whether if my kids were doing it or I was doing it, once again, I felt so defeated. So I decided to take matters into my own hand because I knew my thoughts deserved protection. And this is when I created Stone Paper. Hi, my name is Tamara Lincoln, and I am the owner and founder of Lincoln Stone Paper. And we provide sustainable stationery products with the magnitude focus of stone paper. And unlike moleskin or pulp paper, stone paper is made out of limestone, type 2 plastic, and 10% water. It's also tree-free and spill-proof. You see, stone paper is meant to be durable, so your thoughts can last within time. And because of that, we empower our community by giving them tranquility and peace while they're drawing and journaling. We support our community by providing them stone paper notebooks and pens, and we're looking to expand our lines to greeting cards, sketchbooks, and mental health journals. We find our community through social media, vendor events, and exhibitor events. And we also work with B2B, B2B, B2C through e-commerce and vendors. And we love doing our partnerships with nonprofits. And with this strategy, we have already generated $28,000 in revenue from Q1. And with your help, with your investment of $10,000, Lincoln Stone Paper will be able to attend a white label event in Las Vegas. It's in May 9th. With the $10,000, we'll put $5,000 towards vendor fees and vendor setups for our furniture, and then the other $5,000 will go towards our contractors so we can get more help, and are also so we can purchase promotional items. When we are there, we'll be able to connect with 10 more clients because we already have 3. With those 10 clients, they will purchase $10,000 worth of units minimum for that whole entire year. I implore you all to pour into your mental health, as well as preserving the earth one stone at a time by purchasing a Lincoln Stone Paper and following us on Instagram. And now I'm going to show you the difference between regular paper. Look how flimsy that is. Now look at our stone paper with the name on it.
Time.
That's all. Thank you so much.
Hey, perfect. All right. Thank you for the demonstration too. Very interesting.
Definitely have to do that.
Okay, now we're going to go into some Q&A with the judges. So this round are going to go Tahara, Naveen, and Danielle.
Thank you so much for your pitch. It was such a cool concept. When I was reading through the business pitch, I couldn't understand what stone paper would look like. So it got me hooked because I'm like, how is this even possible? So I can't wait to get my hands on some and to actually write with it. So congrats.
Thank you so much.
So some of my question is long-term marketing plans. Do you have any suggestions of beyond this next show in Vegas? How would you market it? How would you get out? How would you start to sell more of your product?
Yeah, of course. So we already have a marketing plan for our TikTok shop, and we also have one for our LinkedIn. Because we have two different customer base, we really focus on LinkedIn for our business professional clients, like mental health agencies. Like right now, we have already connected with Great Lakes Women Business and Council. So now we're providing 750 notebooks for them. As far as marketing towards TikTok, they already have like a marketing platform. So we can really just insert how much we want to do, who we want to reach out to. It's an amazing platform that we use already. So being able to push that out is going to be amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us that pitch. I really enjoyed listening to that. And like Tahari, like I wasn't 100% sure what your product was. So it was really nice that you went through that and showed us that visual. That was very helpful. My question is a little bit of a follow-up to that as well, in terms of like long-term as well. So you're going to Vegas, you're going to do the convention, which is awesome. Any thoughts about trying to maybe explore some other different types of storefronts here locally at some local, like smaller bookstores, maybe types places, or even through Amazon, things like that, just to kind of expand your clientele as well?
We already have our Amazon marketplace up already. Now, after talking with TechTown, they did provide us at least just a few mom and pop shops.
Yeah.
However, what I'm trying to push is for that B2B sales. Again, when I network with other businesses, they're in the process of purchasing the minimum of 700. So it'd be a lot easier to purchase. Now, as far as the mom and pop shops, we already have our white label agreement already sold, but because they're so small, we would already have like what we already have, if that makes sense. So we already have our notebooks in different shapes and sizes. They would just purchase what we already have. But because of the other bigger corporations, like I know Walmart will be there, Target will be there. They will make bigger purchases, and then we'll already be able to fulfill that because we already working with a company that's going to help us fulfill those orders.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Tamara. I thought you did a really nice job with the presentation. One of the aspects that I was struggling with, and I'm hoping that you can bridge for me, is reading your plan, but also listening to your presentation of bringing the mental health piece into it. Are you just now marketing to that segment only, or is there other segments for the notebook? Because I couldn't tell exactly what was your market.
Yes, of course. So we have multiple markets. It's actually only two. So the first one is for mental health agencies, and that's what we already have lined up. So we have another conference that we are going to, but this right here is like the money right here is focused on that one. So with that being said, the how do I explain this better? So again, we have two different markets.
Okay.
Market is for mental health. We talk to mental health agencies. We talk to hospitals. We fulfill that. And on the other aspect, we do have white labels for companies that want to push sustainability. So it's not just focused on mental health. We push mental health and we push sustainability.
Okay. So when you mention white labels, that's the sustainability that you're catering towards. Okay, I understand now. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, well, Tamara, great job. Thank you so much for your time this evening. We're going to let you go, get back to the Zoom room, and we will talk to you a little bit later.
All right, awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, so that was Tamara Lincoln with Lincoln Stone Paper. Very cool demonstration there. Okay, it looks like we have, I saw from the comments coming in, we have someone watching from Virginia. That might be the farthest away right now. If there's someone who's watching from even further than that, go ahead and let us know. But very impressive, Virginia. That's pretty good. Okay. We are going to go ahead and bring in our next finalist in the startup category. We have Zianithi Adewale with the Damage Zone. Hey, Zena, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hello.
Okay, well, you have some slides that I'm going to go ahead and bring in, and we can see you, we can hear you. Those are always great starts to this. So how this works is I have 3 minutes on the timer, and that countdown will start when you start talking. If need be, I'll call time at 3 minutes, and you may finish your sentence. Then we'll go into some Q&A with the judges. So are you ready?
Yes.
As ready as you're going to be. Yes, yes, you are. I know you are. Okay, go ahead and take a deep breath. Let it out. Next time you start talking, this timer will start when you're ready.
Did you know in 2022, the state of Michigan substantiated 69 child death cases that was attributed to abuse and neglect of a parent? 35 additional cases required further court intervention, hence presenting the problem that the Damage Zone is hoping to resolve. Greetings, I am Zianithi Adewale, and I have over 20 years experience working with the state of North Carolina and the state of Michigan in the capacity of a mental health therapist, correctional officer, school social worker, and child abuse investigator, which all qualifies me as a responsible psycho and uniquely positioned to bring to you the Damage Zone. Now, you may be wondering, what is the Damage Zone? Let me explain. The Damage Zone will be Detroit's first premier rage room with a therapeutic focus. We offer full room settings such as the kids' room, studio apartment, and office scene, because typically this is where our stress typically occurs from. What sets us apart is that we offer unlimited destruction on unlimited items for just one low cost. And we will be the first rage room in the Midwest to service consumers as young as 5 years of age. However, our target population is ladies that's 25 to 45 years of age with a gross annual income of $28,000, single parents working outside of the home. These women are tired of the gym memberships and seeing a therapist on a regular basis to relieve stress. And of course, we have identified other special populations such as community mental health, DHHS, children from 5 to 12 years old, and those of you who are just curious and seeking a different entertainment option. I am asking you to be a responsible psycho like me and vote for me and use the $10,000 to purchase 2 building signs that will be placed on each side of the building, illuminated with lights, and consist of our logo to increase visibility in the community and to be seen from the nearby highways. With the grand opening in June 2024, the remaining 144 operational days, we will service 12 patrons at $50 each, generating $93,600, only to catapult us by our 4th year of nearly $500,000, where we will expand with our second location, the Damage Zone East. We will offer new settings and more kids' rooms. Thank you so much for your time, your attention, and most importantly, for your vote for the Damage Zone. Please follow us on all social medias and our website, The Damage Zone, where you too can be a responsible psycho.
2 seconds left. Wow, well done, Zena. Can tell you've practiced. Okay, so this round, we're going to go into our Q&A with the judges, and we'll start with Naveen and then Danielle and Tahara. So, Naveen.
I absolutely loved your pitch. I love your idea. I think it's much needed, especially this day and age. So really nice job. My question is, being that it's so physical, right, and people may or may not get hurt in these situations as they may be getting a little aggressive, are there any additional waivers that customers have to sign? Do you have to pick up any additional insurance costs or anything like that for the facility?
I do. We do carry a specialized insurance because of the liability of risk and that they're working with responsible weapons. However, they do, every participant have to sign a waiver.
So I guess I have one more follow-up question to that. Then
Sure.
liability come off you then when I sign that waiver. So if I get injured, I can't come after like you in the business, right?
Yes, the waiver that you will not hold the damage zone responsible, but it's also signing that you agree to use the safety precautions that we put in place, every safety measure, and also the safety equipment.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. I thought your marketing plan was fantastic, amazing. And I think your presentation is just as equally as impressive. So just upfront for me, I mean, absolutely kudos to both the written and your verbal presentation. My question is because as I was reading through the presentation and I'm walking in your door, I want to know what can I smash and grab and how for the money, like $50 and the time limit, and like, can you just make it visual like in person because you're just dynamic.
Sure.
I just want to hear
Sure,
what
I
I'm
can.
gonna smash up when I'm in there.
So when you come in, you'll be greeted by a customer assessor. So hopefully you've made your reservation online. If not, then we will help you and just really trying to assess anything that you're feeling. If you're just coming for entertainment wise, or you've been dealing with some heavy emotions, deaths, breakups, whatever. So we can help assist you with choosing the correct room for you, what room setting. So that room, if you had a hard day at work, when you come and you choose the office setting, you're going to see a desk, a computer, files, and things that remind you of work so that you can rip them up. You can smash the computers. You can beat on the desk. You can be on anything in the room except the walls. You cannot tear up my walls in my building, but anything is accessible to cut up, rip. And what sets us apart is after that, we strongly encourage everyone to do 10 minutes at minimum in our common lounge. So in that room, after you leave from raging out, you go into a serene atmosphere with common sense, and we offer common herbal teas at no additional price. So you will have that serene room to just really relax and leave that stress there with us at the damage zone. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I think we could all use this room every once in a while. I know my friend was coming in town and we were looking for one at one point. We're like, let's do it. So I love the concept. What was intriguing to me the most was that you say you allow kids to come in. So I was very curious how that works. Are they chaperoned? What tools are you giving kids to damage with?
Okay.
I'm just so curious how that works.
No, great question. Because so much of my background has been working with children and families, I really feel like that's a target population. So we have a separate area in the building. I have a 3,200 square foot building. So I have a separate area for the kids and their weapons of choice. It's like a Nerf gun, the putty spray paint. They can write all on the walls and scribble. They can break my toys and not be in trouble. They can jump on the bed in my place and not get in trouble and destroy. So giving them that freedom to be able to do whatever they want in an area that looks like their bedroom and they not get in trouble and don't have to clean it up. Their parents don't have to say, you have to clean this mess up. We have staff to clean it up and replace the items.
Love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, Zena, well done. Thank you so much for getting on, joining us. Loved hearing the pitch and the answers to your questions. So we'll let you get back to the Zoom room and we'll talk to you a little bit later. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for your attention and time. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was the damage zone. Okay, so it looks like, yes, there are some people interested in an outlet, we'll call it like that. Sounds like a winner to me, actually, too. So, okay, next up in the startup category, we are going to, you know what? We actually lost Aisha. So we're going to give her a minute to get back in. Okay. And while she is doing that, please be keeping in mind, audience members, that we have the score sheet that you can be following along with while you get to be the judge this evening, along with our actual judges. So make sure that you are keeping your own score and also keeping in mind who you will want to win those audience categories a little bit later, which are the best hook, most creative visuals, and the most passionate pitch. I think we've heard quite a few passionate pitches already this evening. Excited to hear some more. So speaking of more passionate pitches, up next in the startup category, we have Aisha Qureshi back with us. Hi, Aisha, how are you?
I'm good. I had a technical hiccup.
Sorry for that little
here.
malfunction. I can't tell. It may have been my fault, but you know what? We got you back.
Okay.
So that's the good thing. Okay. So you have some slides. Oh, Cultured Cuties. Sorry, forgot to introduce your business name. So you have some slides. I'm going to go ahead and pull into the broadcast here. And so Aisha, how this works is I have 1, 2, 3 minutes on my timer. And when you start talking, this countdown will start. If need be, at 3 minutes, I'll call time. You may finish your sentence, and then we'll go into some Q&A with the judges. So go ahead, take a deep breath. When you let it out and start talking, the 3-minute timer will start. Good luck.
All right. Good evening. I'm Aisha Qureshi. I'm the founder of Cultured Cuties. Cultured Cuties are adorable, lovable, magnetic dolls that are designed to help kids feel represented by their toys. Our current lineup of dolls features a boy and a girl from 12 different countries like India, Lebanon, and Mexico. And we have our sights set on rolling out a boy and a girl from each country by the end of 2024. We have a representation problem. There's a lack of representation in the toy market. And because of this, minorities and children of color are left feeling like an afterthought, particularly when compared with their white counterparts. Our dolls are designed to be easily peelable and come with a handy magnetic carrying case so kids can play with them and feel represented. So you can see here an example. Our dolls feature a fun passport and a recipe that kids can make with their caregiver. Additionally, parents love that their kids can feel represented, and kids love playing with our magnetic dolls because they're fun, they're easy to transport, and you can mix and match the clothing. Magnets are universally fun and easier to travel with. They're also much easier to produce than plush dolls. So this is our solution to the representation problem. Diverse magnetic dolls that kids can play with and learn from. One message from a parent told me that her girls love playing with their dolls on the fridge while she cooks dinner nearby. And growing up as a mixed child, I rarely saw people like me. My mom had blonde hair and blue eyes, and all I ever heard was how beautiful she was, which made me think that I wasn't that great. Now, as a mom of 2 mixed children myself, I find my daughter asking questions like, do I look like you? Is my hair like yours? Are my eyes like yours? And of course, I always tell her she's beautiful just the way she is. But as she began to ask these questions more and more, I recognized this huge gap in the market. With 15% of the US population being Black and 19% Hispanic, we have to change this. Take a walk down any toy aisle, and you'll see that dolls there don't represent these numbers. Enter Cultured Cuties. Our dolls retail for $29.95, and we're rolling out a subscription model in summer of 2024 that will allow kids to travel the world and brings the cost of each doll down to $24.95 while also offering us monthly recurring revenue. We'll use $5,000 for marketing and PR, $1,500 for testing to sell on additional channels like Amazon and TikTok Shop, and $3,500 for product ordering. We're asking for $10,000 to help us change the way the toy aisle looks, help children feel more represented, and teach families about the rainbow of cultures that make up the United States.
7 seconds left. Well done. Okay, so now we're going to move into some questions from the judges. And so we're going to start with Danielle, Tahara, and Naveen. So Danielle.
Hi, Aisha. I thought your business plan and your presentation was lovely. Can you please, because I saw the pictures in your business plan and it was hard for me to see. Can you please lift it up so I can see the magnets, please?
Yep. So you can see here, like the little dress kind of can go like that, and then you can actually. This is actually one of our best sellers. It's our Muslim magnetic doll, Aisha, named after me. But every doll comes with like little undergarments, and then they can dress them up. And so I'm doing this from the camera, but you can see
Yep.
it
Yes.
fits over, and then you could always like swap her out for a little dress. We have dress up clothing like cowboy, princess, that sort of thing also. And extra outfits are one thing that our customers ask for.
And so then the $29.95, your price tag would get you the carrier that's there and one
That's
outfit.
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct. Yeah. So right now it gets you one outfit, and then the carrying case, the recipe card, and the fun passport. And our goal is to move into a model where we can scale some of the production and fit 2 outfits on a sheet, because it's printed on an actual like magnet sheet that the kids peel out.
Okay.
So you can see like they kind of just punch them out.
Okay. And then I'm trying to understand the subscription component of it. So you said that there's also and what does the subscription, sorry if I can talk, component give you? And it, the $20.99 is that, and then what's the subscription piece?
So the subscription is optional, and we're basically coining it around the world, and it's an opportunity for kids to learn about other countries. And so every month, for however long they subscribe for, they'll get a new doll with its own carrying case, its own clothing, its own little passport. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Thank you so much.
Yep.
So I can say from my own experience, seeing yourself represented in these dolls and these toys, I love it, because the only representation as an Arab American and a Muslim that we had was growing up was Aladdin. And that was not the best representation, right? It's
not accurate.
Exactly. So my question kind of centers around that, especially coming from global DEI, understanding that if you're really going to go into every single country and you want to show representation, how are you researching that? How are you making sure that you're being culturally accurate and acceptable, and you're not furthering stereotypes or doing anything that might be culturally offensive accidentally?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that is always on my mind. Like, I think that's the number one thing, is actually just being aware that that's something that could happen if you're not doing your research. So, because I've thought of that, like, what if people think I'm stereotyping Muslims or Indians or whatever, and it's like, of course, that's not our intention. But our goal and the way we kind of tackle that is obviously through extensive research, trying to, we're big on cultural authenticity. So researching what are the traditional outfits, what are the right words for these outfits. So that's how we do it. It's a lot of research that goes into it. And I have a whole spreadsheet of all the countries, a column for boys, a column for girls, and, kind of the general, like, what their outfit's going to look like for the designer, and give them those guidelines. And then they usually come back to me, and, I'll look and I'll say, okay, I like this, but I don't like this, or, that sort of thing. And I'll kind of compare it to some of the things that I find online. But it's a hands-on process. It's not just, let's throw on a shark amaze on an Indian. It's like, let's let's really look and see, like, what is the right, the best representation of that culture, the most positive.
Thanks.
Growing up, being Middle Eastern myself, I also really never found a doll or toy that I could relate to either. So I love your idea. I love this pitch. I think it's very inclusive. So thank you for.
Is that me?
And seeing my daughters play with dolls right now, one of the biggest things that they enjoy playing with that kind of keeps them entertained along with the doll is like the different props and accessories, right? Things like that. So is that something that you're looking to do in the future as well?
Yes. So right now, in addition to the outfit, you can see here, like, Aisha, for example, she comes with a little, it's not really Quran, somebody could say it is, but I really wanted every doll to come with a book because I'm big on reading and I would eventually love to have some sort of storytelling component to this for kids. But then they come with like little like toys that they get to play with, and some of ours come with like purses, earrings, that sort of thing. So we try to address that up front. So there are accessories in addition to the clothing. And then, yeah, absolutely would love to branch out and have considered branching out to additional, you know, accessories.
Okay. Well, that is all the time that we have for judges' questions, but well done. Thank you so much for joining us this evening and for the demonstration. Really enjoyed that as a visual. And so we are going to let you go back to the Zoom room, but we will talk to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, and to round out the startup category this evening, we have Riss and Tiffany Desort with Eastside Roasters. Riss and Tiff, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Hey, y'all.
Doing well. I could go for some coffee right now. I really could.
Oh yeah, same.
I'm gonna make a visit one day. Don't you worry.
We
so right now,
deliver.
I'm in Detroit frequently. I can make that happen. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put you full screen. I know that you don't have any slides for us this evening, so we want to see you, both of your faces big and bright here. So how this works, we're also here. We can hear you and see you, of course. I have 3 minutes on my timers, so when you start talking, this countdown will start, and then when, if need be, I will call time at 3 minutes. You may finish your sentence, then we'll go into some Q&A with the judges. All right. So go ahead. I allow everyone to take a nice deep breath. So if you want to go ahead and inhale and let it out when you start talking, this timer will start when you're ready.
What up, though? My name's Tiffany Desort.
And I'm Riss Desort.
And we're the owners of Eastside Roasters. We roast, source, and serve our own coffees and teas with a dash of Detroit love. We currently rent time on our very generous mentors' commercial roasters while we fundraise to purchase our own roaster.
We want to tell you how to make the perfect cup of coffee, but first we want to tell you about what happened over the holidays that made us realize we needed our own coffee roaster. Our customers love our coffees and teas, and they loved our gift boxes even more. So we were prepared for an uptick in orders, or so we thought. We sold out of all of our coffee the week before Christmas, and we then raced to roast more.
Right, but unfortunately, neither of our mentors could spare time on their roasters, so we had to engage in what I like to call emergent strategy, aka roasting at home. Okay, so picture it. I'm in my bonnet. Bay is in her robe. We're furiously roasting coffee in skillets, literally my granny's cast iron skillet, while our toddler brought every single toy into the kitchen. And we worked so hard, but we still missed out on revenue because we didn't have a commercial roasting machine of our own.
Exactly. And our coffees and teas are incredible, which is evidenced by our ability to become revenue and profit generating in our first 3 months. Through our wholesale and retail clients, we've secured over $26,000 in revenue in less than a year. We average a profit margin of 20 to 25% on coffee drinks and 40% on bags of roasted coffee, numbers that will increase even more once we secure our own roaster. 30% of our roasting cost is made up of the fees we pay to use roasters belonging to other businesses.
Yeah, having our own roaster will not only help us be independent, but it'll also keep us from missing out on revenue like we did over the holidays. With our own roaster, we can ensure that every single customer can consistently enjoy the unique richness of our beans from everywhere from Brazil to Ethiopia.
Exactly. The roaster is going to cost us $15,000, $5,000 of which we already have. So we're asking for $10,000 to close the gap. This grant will help us reach our goal of becoming an independent, self-sustaining, woman-owned coffee brand.
Hey, yeah. We have the honor of being the only coffee roaster in Detroit that is entirely owned and operated by women. Our business is a reflection of our community, and that's a community whose backbone, we're wives, we're mothers, we're trailblazers, we're women just like us. So we value the service that we're able to provide to our community, and we want to keep providing that service, but we know that we can't do that without our own roaster.
So to wrap up, let's tell you how we make a perfect cup of coffee.
Yay.
First thing you need is hot, clean water. The second thing is Eastside Roasters coffee, roasted on our own coffee roaster. And the third thing is love for our diverse and dynamic Detroit. Thank you so much.
All right, 7 seconds left. Well done on that timing. Okay, so now we are going to, coffee roasters are expensive, my goodness.
And that's on the cheap side, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we're going to allow the judges.
All right.
Yeah. We're going to allow the judges to ask you some questions. So we're going to go to Hara, Naveen, and Danielle.
You had me at coffee.
Okay.
I love drinking coffee, and I love going out to places that have good atmosphere. So when I was reading your business pitch, one of the things that also got me is, in my background, I'm in training, I'm in learning and development. I have all of that. I noticed you had a program that you wanted to do training and development, and that was very interesting to me. So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll take that one. So, I mean, that really comes from my background as an educator. I was an educator for 4 years, but I've truly been a teacher my whole life. And so any business that we started had to have an educational component too, because I'm just always going to teach no matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. And the reality is that the coffee industry is dominated by white men. And that's no shade to them, but we need to be training and educating more women, more people of color, more queer people in the coffee industry so that we can truly reflect the coffee drinkers that enjoy coffee and want to feel it be more accessible to them.
And the people who are doing the farming and actually producing the coffee beans for us, it literally, it's mostly Black and brown women and girls. Like that's just kind of how it's always been. And it's definitely still how it is. But I will also say, just as like a native Detroiter, East Sider, like I know how much a program, like an actual like skilled trade program can really do, especially when you're talking about like student loans, student debt, like stuff like that. It's really helpful to be able to have options. And I mean, like, honestly, my mom was first generation college goer. I was second. I have more debt than I think my little lashes can handle right now. And so like, this is actually what is feeding us. And so it's really cool to be able to give that to other folks, especially like other Black and brown women and girls, and like Black girls from the same neighborhood I grew up in, if I were being honest, you know?
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
Naveen,
we can't
hear you.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Why won't StreamYard let you be great?
Let's go to Danielle.
Okay.
And then Naveen, she's gonna log out and log back in.
Okay.
So let's go to Danielle.
Well, first of all, I thought your marketing plan, the write-up was beautiful. I was intrigued. The one thing that I struggled with, I was like, how are they going to compete with coffee? Like, how is this going to be? And then you came in, Tiff, and you said, "What up, though?" And I said, "That's how."
Hey.
I'm not from Detroit, but when I came here, that is so native to it. And your spirit that you guys did in this presentation, that's your brand. That's going to get you over. So, my question, even before you guys started, was how are you going to compete in this space? And your presentation answered that for me. So I just think it's refreshing, the whole presentation. And, you answered my question by doing your presentation. So nice job.
Well, thank you so much.
Seriously.
And we can just say like the brand has been very intentional. Like we've very intentionally made ourselves the brand, down to our marriage, our child, like everything is based off of our family. And that's truly what we think sets us apart.
We really had to take it to the cross on that, for real, because we know that we have a little one, literally her cameo, like her profile is our logo. Like we adore her. She is, all of our drinks are named for her, all but I think maybe 2. So like we really, this is a family business, but like real talk, like the whole reason that I even talked her into doing this, because she's like a savant when it comes, and a visionary when it comes to coffee. But I was like, we need to do this for ourselves, because I knew the way that our careers were set up to be the type of mamas that we wanted to be and the type of mothers that we are to our baby, we needed to have something that was our own, where we could really set our hours as best we could. Like if we need to bring the baby to work, okay, like she's over here watching Baby Shark while we pitch. Like being able to do things like that is really, really important to us. So like, thank you for saying that. I was like literally tearing up because I was like, I want my baby to be able to come home and be here if that's what she wants to do. If she want to go wherever, sure. But if she wants to come here and be with us and with her people in her hood and, you know, drinking Vernors and whatnot, that we want that to be the case too, which is why I talked her into moving to Detroit from DC. I was like, oh no, we're going home.
Okay, Naveen, do you have a question, a quick question for them?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
All right. I did want to just compliment your presentation. I thought it was amazing. Reading the business plan was one thing, but hearing it, you know, was a whole new level. So nice job, ladies. My question was about the roaster. So obviously this is a huge component of your business. What's like the maintenance? Like, is there like maintenance that you have to do to it on a monthly basis that you would incur any fees or anything like that to keep it going?
That's a great question. Yes. There are definitely, and we are so fortunate to have been accepted into an early access program on this roaster. So we will actually have the first year of maintenance and upkeep completely covered, and then an extended warranty after that. So that is one reason why we really wanted to go in this direction. There's so many cool details that I could share with you about the roaster because I'm a coffee nerd and a roasting nerd, but I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that, that yes, there is tons of maintenance, and we have really done our research on the folks, the company we're going with, and the services that they offer.
For sure. The company is founded by some folks that are more in the tech industry who were coffee lovers. So it really is, it's basically like a Mac / I know, I'm sorry, because we signed a confidentiality, so I can't go too far into detail, but I will say this. One thing about the East Side is we hustle and we hustle hard. Detroit hustles hard, but on the East Side, we for real hustle hard. So I was immediately like, hey, what can we do? What can we do? Like, how can we contribute? My background's in philanthropy and fundraising and nonprofit management. So I was like, what can we do? What can we talk about? What can we, like, how can you pour into us and we give that right back? So a big component of why this machine they're covering these things are because they want our feedback. We're really the only Black woman owned roaster that they're working with. We're also the only roaster in this region that they're working with. So again, having that early access and being able to negotiate that was really a key component of why we're able to afford this bougie Silicon Valley based company's roaster.
Okay, well, thank you so much for all of the information there. That was awesome. And yeah, we won't tell anybody. Our lips are sealed here. Okay.
They be having good lawyers, Ellie.
Okay, all right. Always very important. Always very important. So, Riss and Tiff Dezor with Eastside Roasters, thank you so much. Well done. We'll let you get back to the Zoom room, and I'm sure we'll be talking with you a little bit later.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so judges, there you have it, our first round of pitches in the startup category. Right now, we are going to take a short break, and so we are going to let you go and do what you need to do. So I'll just take you out of our stream here, judges, and we're going to let you, the audience, take a break as well. If you want to get up and stretch, I got to go grab a refill, I don't know, let a dog out, take care of a cat, maybe cuddle with a cat. Just whatever you got to do, go ahead and do that. But if you're going to stick around with me for a little bit, wanted to give some shout outs to some people I saw commenting on social media. Looks like we have some of our previous pitch finalists with us this evening, which is always fun to see. I think I saw Mari Sierra. Good to see you. She was in our food competition a couple of years ago. Let's see. I saw, Tiffany Blackman with Bread and Basket Marketplace. I saw you. She just competed in our Mid-Michigan competition last week. Suzanne Jones, hello. Glad you could join us. And Avia Marshall in our West Michigan competition earlier this month. Thank you so much for getting on and supporting other finalists and entrepreneurs. We love that. Yes, pitch alumni, I don't know. I'm sure get that wrong, but so glad you could join us this evening. So I am unfortunately after today going to have to take down my fun background, which is a bit of a bummer, but you know, I had it up for the pitches to spruce up my wall. Maybe I'll leave it up through the end of the month. I don't know. We'll see. But I did get questions about the background, like what is that? I addressed that last week. It's just a table skirt that I had that I put up for fun because it was kind of our colors. So I love to be able to do that. I've had a lot of people like walk by my office and mention how festive it is. So thank you. And I also, oh, I know, Julia, bummer. I'm gonna have to take it down, but maybe I'll leave it up a little bit. So I'm the program reporting and events manager here at Michigan Women Forward. As I mentioned, I work out of our Grand Rapids office in West Michigan. And I've been with MWF for 9.5 years now. So I've seen a lot of pitch competitions, been involved with most of them, and they are just so much fun. I so enjoy this, getting to meet a new round of finalists every year, 40 new people to interact with, to learn about their businesses, and to get to know. So it's a lot of fun for me. So glad you're able to join us this evening. As a reminder, be filling out your pitch rubric. You can be the judge, and then also be thinking about who you might want to vote for the best hook, most creative visuals, and the most passionate pitch. As soon as we're done with the established category, we will go ahead and tell you how you can vote for your favorites. So stay tuned. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and take a short break as well. So we will see you back here in just a few. Well, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the 2024 Southeast Michigan Woman Up and Pitch virtual competition. So excited to have you rejoin us or join us if you're just tuning in and hear some really, really great pitches this evening. We just got through our first round of 5 businesses in the startup category, and we're about to enter our next round of businesses in the established category. So we are about to hear from another 5. But right now, I want to go ahead and bring our esteemed judges back into our streams. So we have Danielle Cole, Tahara Saad, and Naveen Shatara. Welcome back, judges. What do you think of that first round? Thumbs up? Yeah, I thought so too. If I had a third thumb, I'd put it up. I mean, so great. Okay, so we're going to kick off round 2 in our established round of pitches with Shayla Johnson with Scarlet Crane. Hey, Shayla, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Okay, we can hear you. That's always a great start. So you have some slides that I'm going to go ahead and bring in. And I know you know how this goes, but bear with me while I repeat it again and again. So how this works is I have 3 minutes on the timer, and it will start when you start talking. If need be, I'll call time at 3 minutes. You can finish your sentence. We'll then go into some Q&A with the judges. They've read your business plan, and they're going to hear your pitch, and they've got some questions for you. Sound good?
Yes.
Great. Okay. We'll kick us off strong in the second round. I know you will. Go ahead, take a deep breath. Let it out. When you start talking, this timer will start, and good luck.
Hi there. My name is Shayla Johnson. I'm a designer and printmaker of sustainable fabrics. My company, Scarlet Crane, specializes in elegant, eco-friendly textiles for interior designers, local businesses, and stylish consumers who value sustainability. Let me tell you about Sarah. She's passionate about ethical fashion. Sarah told me about her struggle to find unique textile products in colorful patterns and designs that are made with plant-based dyes. Individuals like Sarah are looking for high quality, durable, eco-friendly textile products that are just not beige. However, as demand for our sustainable product grows, we're facing 2 challenges. 1, printing enough fabric to meet demand, and frankly, space. Since 2018, we have been operating out of a shared studio and retail space in Detroit. There, we can print a maximum of 5 yards per hour, and it's not quite enough to fulfill the orders that we receive in a timely manner. This year, we made a tough decision to move out of that space and are now using equipment available to us at the College for Creative Studies. And recently, we were approached for representation at an interior design trade showroom, so we can serve even more customers. We are determined to follow through and grow our business. The second issue is dyeing. Dyeing the textiles is a water-intensive process. Every year, the textile industry uses 1.3 trillion gallons of water to dye garments, enough to fill 2 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. Even though we try our best to minimize water use and use the few screens as possible, our production process uses 5 to 10 gallons every print session, and it all goes down the drain. Our colorful tea towels, scarves, and bags are all made in Detroit with respect for environmental impact. We screen print my original artwork onto the fabrics with water-based inks and dyes, and we've been studying ways to increase production and conserve water. The answer is to use larger vats. These larger vessels allow us to dye and print more fabric at one time, and we will really want to create a closed-loop system to recycle the water we used. Our team consists of myself and my production assistant, Brianna. She earned her degree in the fiber school at the College for Creative Studies, and she helps us with market research and trends in both fashion and home decor. We've also partnered with Lawrence Tech, who will be assisting us with the setting up of the water recycling technology. Today, we're asking for $10,000 to secure 2,400 square foot rental space in Detroit, and that will accommodate the larger vats, with half of the funds going towards marketing resources. We expect this investment to triple our sales through increased online sales and adding interior design trade accounts. Help us to serve customers like Sarah, who want to impact their environment for good and be stylish doing it.
7 seconds left. Well done. 7 seems to be the magic number this evening. Lots of people with 7 seconds left. So funny how that works, but we can tell you practice. Great job. Okay, Shayla, we're going to go into some Q&A with the judges. So this round, we are going to start with Naveen, then Danielle, then Tahara. So Naveen.
Thank you for going over that pitch. It was really nice to learn more about your business. And you actually answered one of my questions as you were speaking, but I do have 2 follow-up questions for you. So just to clarify, do you currently have the VATs, or that's something that you're looking to get when you get the new space?
I have actually budgeted for the VATs separately. We are actually purchasing those separately.
Okay, all right. And then timing wise, from start to finish, what's the process? Like, how long does it take for, one piece of apparel or a shirt or whatever bag that I'm buying from the beginning until it's time to ship it or I pick it up?
So we actually hire out a lot of the cut and sew resources here locally, and we like to order maybe small batches, 50 to 100 at a time. So these bags, for instance, that we have, we partnered with Global Detroit for our pillows and things like that. So we place the orders and we do have inventory. They typically take maybe 3 to 4 weeks. To actually print the fabric, though, we like to take a couple of weeks, and we print the yards at a time. So yeah, for instance, like I said, for one print session, 5 yards, that takes about an hour. So we do several yards at a time and then send that off to our cut and sew teams.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I enjoyed your business plan. I just have a follow-up question to how are you marketing? So how are you getting your product out? I know you mentioned just, a sentence or two in your write-up, but really what is your focus? I know that the tea towel, right, is your top product, but tell me about your marketing efforts at this point.
Yes, I like to concentrate on Instagram to tell our story through reels because people are really interested in our process. When they see us printing the fabric, just by hand, they're really fascinated. And so I like to show those videos often. So that's been really effective in getting sales through Instagram. And Facebook has been effective, and that's been organic, non-paid so far. I've done a few Facebook ads in the past, and those have brought in just a fraction. I say the spend on it just did not make it worthwhile. It was maybe $100 for a $50 order, in terms of ad spend. So that's our focus, but and those have been online. Going to our general website has not been as much traffic, so we're looking to increase that with better storytelling.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I love the concept of sustainability. I think that's definitely a big differentiating factor for you and the products that you make. So I'm excited to see how that goes. One of the issues that I know from sustainability is like mass producing, right? And especially for that handcrafted products, it's really hard to mass produce. So if your business does take off, how are you able to handle that or move forward and to really scale the business to make more?
Yeah, I love that question because I have identified several other printers who are closer to Michigan, but they print the fabric and they are actually willing to use some of the print paste that we ourselves develop. So we can outsource or share some of that production capacity if necessary. We have 2 others. One is actually further on the West Coast, but one is closer by. And actually one here in Detroit who is willing to use our inks. And so, yes, we have great capacity at the moment to print several yards at a time. And that's been sufficient for our current wholesale, capacity. And yes, we are willing to take on that challenge for sure. It's something we welcome.
Thank you.
All right, great job, Shayla. Thank you so much. Loved some of those images that you were showing too. Very, very beautiful patterns and prints.
Thank you.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to that Zoom room and we will talk to you a little bit later, okay?
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, so that was Shayla Johnson with Scarlett Crane kicking us off in the established category round. Well, up next, we are going to bring in Laura Luckman with L Sharp Productions. Hey, Laura, how are you?
How are you?
Good. So I understand you're coming at us from where again?
The Hamlin Pub. We actually have one of my trivia shows is going on right now in the background behind this door.
Okay, multitasking for the win. It looks like it's working out for you. Great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, so glad you could take a little bit of a break there from hosting duties to join us for the pitch this evening. So I have some slides I'm going to bring into the presentation. How this works is I have 3 minutes on my timer, and when you start talking, this countdown will start. If need be, I'll call time at 3 minutes. You may finish your sentence, and we'll go into some Q&A with the judges. So go ahead, and you are no stranger to talking in front of people. I know this. So go ahead, take a deep breath, though. Let it all out. When you start talking next, this timer will start, and when you are ready.
Okay. Welcome to L Sharp Productions. I'm Laura Luckman, and for the last 20 years, I've spent my life in the DJ business. I've done every type of gig you can possibly imagine, except a bar mitzvah. That one's still on the list. So if you know anybody, give them my number. One of the greatest things that brings me joy in my life is the smiles that I see on the people's faces that come to our shows each and every week. That's why 7 years ago, I decided to start my own company and take this giant leap of faith. L Sharp Productions is a completely mobile entertainment company. We can set up anywhere, at any location, any place, anytime, and all we need is power. We offer karaoke, DJ services, video DJing, and we even write our own trivia that has a really cool local Detroit feel. Currently, we're at 16 shows a week in 10 different locations in Metro Detroit. We use social media the most to market ourselves, as well as the in-house advertising with posters and table tents. Last year, we grossed $144,000 in sales, and we are continuing to grow at nearly 10% since 2022. There's only one problem with that, though. We're limited to the number of shows that we can do per week because we only have so many systems. Each system that we have can bring in approximately 7 more shows and up to a $500 profit each week. And the systems that we do have are in need of some serious tech upgrades. That's why I'm here tonight to ask you guys for the $10,000 prize money so that we can add 2 new systems and upgrade the ones that we already have. What sets L Sharp apart from our competition is our personal touch. We customize everything from the sound to the system to make sure that it meets our clients' needs, and we get to know our clients and their customers. A few weeks ago, I got a call from Jim and Cindy, who have a bar in Northern Oakland County, and they were getting customer complaints from their Friday night DJ. His music was too loud. He was just sitting there, and he would even cancel on them if he got a higher paying gig, which is a huge no-no. So luckily, one of my friends gave them L Sharp's number, one of my past clients. And I set up a meeting with them, talked to them, listened to their needs, and let them know that when you hire L Sharp, you get dependability. In 7 years, I've never canceled a show. I have 15 of the most amazing DJs that work for me. And if one calls in, another one will step in, or I'll step in myself and do the show. So it's 6 weeks later, the sales are up for Jim and Cindy. Their customers are really happy. Their regulars are there, and they know that they can rest knowing that L Sharp has it handled completely. Our goals for next year are to create our own website to get more of our name out there, to get 2 new systems and expand into the senior living communities that we just added to our family of clients. And with the help of Michigan Women Forward, I know that we can crush our goals for this year and beyond. Thank you.
I wanted you to hear that timer go off. That was perfect. Way to go, Laura. Way to go.
Thank you.
All right. So now we're going to move into some time for some Q&A with the judges. And so we're going to start with Danielle, Tahara, and Naveen.
Hi, I thought you did an amazing presentation, and I can't believe you're in Metro Detroit and haven't done a bar mitzvah yet. We got to get that.
I know, right? Like, somebody give them my number. I want to cross it off.
I know. I know. I thought your presentation and your written communication that for sure answered a lot of questions of me. And so what are you in? So you're about to expand the senior living. Do you do schools as well, or what is your niche? What is the?
Yeah, we do. We have 2 or 3 schools that we do on the regular. One is a high school, one's an elementary school. And then there's an event that I've done for the last 2 years that's all 4 high schools and Utica Community Schools, ranging from freshman to senior. And I do that event for them, and I've done it for the last 2 years. So I would say in the last year or 2, we've really bumped up in schools and doing those dances and proms and homecomings and things like that. And we have 2 senior living communities that we are doing business with currently, that we just started in the last year. And we're in talks with a few of their other locations because they're franchised, the Baldwin House. And I think the other one is like something Manor. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but we're hoping that this next year will get to be a few of the other locations as well.
And then my last question, I'm sorry, I'm just going to ask one more question. As you mentioned that you have never had cancellation for 7 years, is that just because of the number of DJs that you have on staff? Because that's almost unheard of.
Yeah, I have not canceled a show in 7 years. So it is the first 2 years that we were in business, we were doing private events only. And then we expanded into the bars and restaurants. And I have not missed a gig or canceled one in 7 years.
Congratulations. I think that in itself is a
Thank you very much.
big accomplishment. Thank you.
I love the concept that you have trivia. I feel like there's a lot of that you're doing that is differentiating you from other people and other DJs. I think that's really exciting. But my question is around marketing. I noticed a lot of what you rely on is very heavily on social media and like digital marketing, which I know a lot about, and I know it's the biggest thing and it's a great way to reach especially your market. But my question is, if social media were to disappear, right? It had a crash for whatever reason and it was extended and you could no longer market on social media. How would you still get out and reach new customers, and what would you do?
Well, the main thing that I would do is, and the other thing that we rely on greatly is the word of mouth. I mean, the first year we were in business, we did 3 weddings, and then the next year we did 12. And it was just from word of mouth because I wasn't advertising the first year because it was a side gig. Nice. And now that we are as big as we are and doing as well, if social media were to disappear tomorrow, I would hit the community centers. I would hit the colleges. I would reach out to, I have a background in radio. I'd reach out to the people that I know in radio. I'd put something on the air if I could, and do it that way and just get really hands on the ground. I'd flyer people's cars and parking lots if I needed to.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your pitch. I think it's a very unique way to bring entertainment to, guests and different events. I think that was awesome, especially the trivia portion of it. My question is about, so you have 15 DJs that, float around Southeast Michigan. Logistically, how are they transporting all these different equipment and things like that? Are they doing it in their own vehicles? Do you have cars?
No, I do it. Yeah, I do it. I move all the equipment myself 5 days a week. So we have, currently we have 7 systems, and I do the setups, tear them down from one location and move them every day. And I just hired a part-time setup guy, which I'm very excited about because that'll give me a little bit of a break. But no, the DJs that work for me, it's a lot of them, it's their part-time job. And so we work around their families and their school schedules or their part-time or their full-time work. And we do the best to make sure that, I want them to enjoy what they do. So like if they need a day off or something, like I always am the first one to be like, it's covered, we'll get it done. And I move and set up all these shows because I don't want any tech problems. And if they do have a tech problem, they'll call me and I'll fix it over the phone. Or if I can't fix it over the phone, I'll drive to the bar and fix it myself.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
All right, Laura Luckman with L Sharp Productions. Thanks, Laura. We'll let you get back to it. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Okay. So that was Laura with L Sharp Productions, and we are going to bring in our 3rd finalist this evening in the established category. We have Satara Holiday with First Love Tours. Hello, Satara. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
We're doing pretty good over here, I think. Hearing some really, really good pitches, and I know yours is going to be another great one. So you have some slides for us. I'm going to go ahead and bring those in. Love the color scheme. And how this works is I have 1, 2, 3 minutes on my timer. When you start talking, this timer will start. If need be, I'll call time at 3 minutes, and you may finish your sentence. We'll then kick it over to the judges, who are going to have some questions for you.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so go ahead, take a deep breath. Give everybody that space, let it out. Next time you start talking, this timer will start. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Satara Holiday. I am the proud owner of First Love Tours, which is a second-generation motor coach company based in Detroit. I stand before you as someone who stated that they've never wanted to be an entrepreneur until the day came where I had no choice but to be an entrepreneur. Back in 2019, I was working for the state of Michigan, recently engaged with 2 small children, and my spouse was complaining about a pain when he coughed, and he decided to visit his doctor. To our surprise, we were blindsided with a cancer diagnosis. It was at that very moment that I knew that I had to assume the family business, because that would be the only means to provide for my family if for some odd reason my spouse could no longer do so, and First Love Tours was born. This dream of a motor coach company started over 37 years ago when my father-in-law retired from General Motors and decided to pursue entrepreneurship and started a company called J&L Tours. To follow in his footsteps, I gained my commercial driver's license and did not know my journey would be a difficult one. To start the company, I took our savings and purchased an $80,000 motor coach with the dream of building a family legacy. Then came COVID-19. COVID-19 stopped us in our tracks. We were only operational for 6 months before the pandemic or the government decided to shut down. After the pandemic, we did learn 3 things. We learned that some of our local leaders had to downsize. We learned that some of our local favorites had to close. And I learned that I was the youngest Black female owner of a motor coach company in Detroit. With that information, I knew I had to be more than just a transportation company, but a company that was passionate about driving women forward in this non-traditional field. Despite our obstacles, we have been able to produce revenue. Post-COVID, we were able to produce $50,000 in revenue. And then with our marketing efforts, we were able to more than quadruple our revenue to $250,000 in 2023. With that momentum, we have also been nominated for an opportunity with the NFL draft. And then also what we would like to do is, now that we've made the revenue, we would love to make the impact. What that means is that we are looking to get the opportunity to ask you guys for $10,000. So that way we can do a couple of things. We want to make sure that we are a one-stop shop to empower women. We want to partner with Fierce Staffing, which is another woman-led company, to produce $1,500 in sign-on bonuses for women interested in motor coach operations. We want to partner with Detroit Works to also offer scholarships for their CDL program. And most importantly, we need to compete with our female counterparts like Turner Tours and Bianco. So that way we can upgrade our system. So new DVD players, new radio, and new sound system, so we can stay booked and busy. So we're just asking you guys to come on board so we can drive impact together. Thank you. I can't hear you, Allie.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I thought I was going to do a whole one without having to be told I was on mute, but there you go. So well done.
Thank you.
We are going to, by the way, your fan base has been like waiting for you. It's true. Julia said it on social media. We've seen a lot of Satara throughout this. So there you go. Okay. So we're going to go in this order for judges Q&A, Tahara, then Naveen, and then Danielle.
So me being big on women empowerment, I love the fact that you are woman-owned.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I noticed is that was one of the things that you were relying heavily on when it comes to marketing, and that's your differentiating factor.
Mm-hmm.
But how else do you plan to market if you took out that factor that you're woman-owned? What are the other? How else would you sell your business?
We would sell our business based on, I would say, specialty, because our specific motor coach is actually one of only 2 in the state of Michigan. Everybody else typically has what's called a Prevost or a MCI. We are actually the only company, or one of 2 companies, that has what's called a Mercedes Setra. So it's kind of like an exclusive coach bus.
Thank you.
Congratulations on overcoming so many obstacles. Like listening to your story, it's very inspirational. So thank you for sharing it. Yep.
Thank you.
My question is, so you have the one motor coach, right? And it does its thing, right? Have you, what are like your future plans? You know, obviously we want to see you grow and get bigger and bigger. So is there any plan to kind of expand that fleet going forward?
Absolutely. Actually, based on the business that we're doing right now, we do have a second motor coach in the works, and it's being prepped for inspection. And then we are also in negotiations right now to purchase maybe a third coach, which will be a smaller vehicle, so probably a 40 passenger.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, very good presentation and very good write-up in your business plan. I actually have two questions. The first question is can you talk about the potential partnership with the NFL?
Yes. So last week I got the opportunity to attend a couple of the vendor events, but I actually got a phone call today with interest, and I had to submit my offer for the 4 days of events.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hopefully that will transpire into something. That's amazing.
Yes.
The second question that I have is, can you just summarize again what you would use the 10,000 for?
Yes. So what I want to do is I have a partnership where I actually work closely with a young lady at Fierce Staffing, which is, like I said, another woman-led company. So I want to give like signing bonuses for women that are specifically interested in motor coach operations. I was thinking somewhere around $1,500, just so that way we can kind of build up our, employment opportunities. And then I also want to work with Detroit at Works to give a scholarship opportunity with their organization as well. And then, like I said, we want to be competitive with the current market. So how we do that is we want to make sure that we have the most up-to-date technology. So the greatest sound system, because the number one request that we have is, do you have Bluetooth on the bus? We want to make sure that the DVD player plays great videos, even with it being Blu-ray, because some motor coaches are specific on playing Blu-ray disc. And then we also want to make sure we upgrade the sound system, because sometimes once you connect that Bluetooth, which we do have on our coach, once the college students get on there and they play their music, it doesn't sound the greatest if it's too loud. So we were looking at spending about $2,800 to upgrade the system between both buses.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the rowdiest people that did a tour? I'm just joking. I just
I
want to know.
was gonna say, you want me to tell you? I can tell you it was a college.
I'm sure.
I don't think that surprises anybody.
No.
All right. Well, Satara Holiday, thank you so much for joining us. Well done. We'll let you get back to the Zoom room and talk to you a little bit later. All right.
Perfect. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. You too. Okay. So Satara Holiday with First Love Tours in the established category. Up next, we are bringing in Ronisha Love with Our Love Extensions.
And like Dickerson in that area. So is it in that area?
Can you hear us?
Oh, I'm not sure where that is.
Ronisha, can you hear us?
Right?
Okay. I don't think that's working.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ronisha, can you hear us?
Oh.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and email her. Hang tight for one moment. We are going to pull in our next finalist, Allison Jordan with Better Belly Therapies. So just sit tight for one moment while we're doing that. Judges, could you please tell us what you are most looking forward to with some of this warmer weather we're getting? I know we're supposed to have some snow coming. Oh, I said it. I said the S word for Friday, which is a huge bummer. But tell us something fun that you like to do for the spring. So let's go Danielle, Naveen, and then Tahara. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you like to do.
Oh, my husband just texted me. He said, want to go to the grocery store tonight before the snow comes. So that's what we do for fun. Is we plan for the snowstorm, even though we're in Michigan. So, but for the warm weather, I'm a walker. I'm a big walker. So I like to walk morning, and then with work at home, I like to do my midday walk and an evening walk, but I am a big walker. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to get outside. More than anything, I'm excited to just get the kids out. I have 2 kids. My son is 8 and my daughter is 4. And these past couple of weeks where we had a few teaser days, the kids have spent all outside. So they definitely have, they're going a little stir crazy in the house. So I can't wait to get them out and just enjoy the weather and burn off some energy outside.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Spending a lot of time outside. We're really big on grilling and barbecuing, so we can't wait for that 50 degrees to come in so we can go outside, have the kids play, and make dinner, which gets me out of cooking, which is nice always.
Okay, so I hear a lot of liking to get outside, which is great in Michigan in the spring and summer, of course. And one of the things that I look forward to in spring, specifically in March, is, of course, March Madness. I hope some of you have been filling out your brackets. I have mine here. Okay, so far, no big busts. We'll see what happens. It's always fun to see. But so good win for the Spartans a little bit earlier today. And yeah, we'll kind of see how things go. I'm in a couple groups. Every year something fun happens, so you never know what's going to happen. And yeah. Okay, well, we are going to go ahead and bring in our next finalist. Now, judges, go ahead and flip to the very last rubric that you have, because we want to make sure you score the correct one for Allison Jordan with Better Belly Therapies. And I know that, Allison, I'm going to bring you in. I know you're still bringing up your slides, so we're going to let you do that. All right. And we're just going to wait 1 second here for those slides to come up from Allison. Remember, audience, you are going to be voting for the best hook. Allison, you can go ahead and share your slides. Don't do screen share. Okay, there you go. Audience, you'll be voting for best hook, most passionate pitch, and best visuals. I think we've seen quite a few good visuals that will definitely be worthy of a vote. So Julia, I know I had posted the link in there already in the chat at some point to be able to start voting, but we are going to be walking you through how to do that as soon as all of our finalists are done pitching. All right, we just lost Allison, so I'm sure she will be right back. Sorry about that. We're having a couple of technical difficulties here. All right, so audience members, you told us where you're coming from. We know several of you are here in Michigan. We know that you are, one of you at least is in Virginia. I think I saw some other states represented as well, so thank you for joining us. Who did you come to see, if anyone, this evening? Now, I've seen several people giving shout outs to different finalists, but let us know who specifically you came to watch pitch. And if you don't have someone specific, who do you think you're going to be buying some product or services from over the next month or so? Let us know in the chat. All right, we know people came to see Satara, which is great. Yes. Okay, Allison's having some issues with her slides. Allison, I'm going to bring you in. Okay, Allison, could you go ahead and, so when you go to slides and then you go to upload from your computer, it's not letting you? Okay, all right. Could you go ahead and email those to me real quick and we can bring them in? Okay, great. All right, while you're doing that, oh, Shayla, all right. People came to see Shayla. I know Allison, looks like you got some people. Okay, Tamara with the Lincoln Stone paper. That's awesome. That was some really cool paper that we saw. Excited to get a journal there. Yes, and Shayla sustainably dyed products. That is great. Lots of support for everybody today. I love it. It is great. Okay. And while we are waiting for those slides to come, which they'll just come in just a moment, wanted to give some thank yous this evening because we have a lot of people working behind the scenes. And so we have Kenneth, who is our scorekeeper. He will be in the judges' deliberation room a little bit later. And we are so thankful to have Kenneth working with us. And he always does such a great job. I know you don't see him, but he does great. And then we also have Tanisha Greer, who is over in the Zoom room. So the Zoom room is like our green room where all of the finalists are. And they are like, I think they're having a great time in there. I can see them over on this other screen and I see the chat. And so Allison, is it good in there? Yeah. Okay.
Super fun.
In the Zoom room for sure. So Tanisha just does a really great job with keeping everybody like calm, cool, and collected. And we so appreciate her being in there week after week. We're actually going to hear from Tanisha a little bit later, which is fun. And then we also have Julia Elliott, who I mentioned earlier. So Julia is on our social media, and she is posting all of the social media handles and websites for all of our finalists, which is so great. We love that she does that so that you as the audience can support them and follow along. So, all right. Well, Allison, we almost have your slides ready to go. Let's just give them one moment here. All right. So Allison, how this works, I know you know this, but I'm going to go ahead and give my spiel here. So I have 1, 2, 3 minutes on the clock. And when you start talking, that timer will start. And then I have your slides. I'm going to bring those in. Okay. So when you start talking, this timer will start. It's 3-minute countdown. When, if need be, it gets to 3 minutes, I will call time and you may finish your sentence. After that, you'll go into a Q&A with the judges, and that will be up to 5 minutes, and then we will be done with that. So are you ready?
Yes. Do I have control of the slides on my end since you
No, because I will have to switch those for you. So I'll go ahead and do that during your presentation, okay?
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
So go ahead, take a deep breath. Let it out. And when you are ready, this timer will start. Good luck.
If only I had found you sooner. For over 10 years, my client Carrie had suffered from chronic gut health issues, all while performing award-winning musicals and raising her family. But no doctor, diet, surgery, or medication could heal her chronic back pain, bloating, nausea, and insomnia. Unfortunately, Carrie's story is not rare. In 2023, research by Ipsos revealed that half of Americans have ongoing digestive issues that they worry about on a daily basis. These gut health problems cannot be blamed on lifestyle alone. In the same study, 1 in 5 Americans reported that nothing they had tried to heal their gut had worked, and they felt that they were at a dead end. Hi, my name's Allison Jordan. I'm a certified functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, founder of Better Belly Therapies, and host of a top 1% global podcast, the Better Belly Podcast. Over the last 6 years, I've helped over 600 clients across the US find and address the root causes of their gut and health problems, even when nothing else had worked. Through repeated experimentation and careful observation, my team of 3 developed the Better Belly method to consistently and predictably get our clients results. We offer 2 levels of support for our clients through our method. Number 1, the Better Belly Blueprint, which is self-paced with coaching support. And number 2, the Better Belly VIP, where clients are fully assisted through every step of the plan. You may be wondering, how does our method differ from conventional medicine? The first difference is our at-home full-spectrum lab testing. These labs are more convenient and, more importantly, more thorough than conventional testing. They help us find the causes of our client symptoms that no one else has found. These labs then allow us to recommend a fully customized health plan, which incorporates proven progressive healing strategies. It's so effective that our current data suggests that our method reduces our client symptoms on average by 80% in 3 to 6 months. Another important element of our method are the manual therapies of craniosacral therapy and visceral manipulation. Clients local to our office in Livonia, Michigan can come for in-house treatments to us, and clients far from our office are provided with a directory of providers that are local to them. Finally, our method comes with lifetime virtual support after paying a one-time fee to ensure long-term success. After working through our method, Carrie is now back to a normal, pain-free life. But not everyone is as lucky as Carrie to find us. I'm asking for $10,000 to kickstart an online ad campaign that will pay for itself in the next 5 months, generate an additional $240,000 in annual revenue, and heal 168 more women in the next year. Let's together help women like Carrie find us and prevent decades of unnecessary suffering so that no more women have to say, "If only I had found you sooner."
2 seconds left. Well done, Allison. Okay, so we are going to let you go into Q&A with the judges now. And so for this round, let's go Danielle, Tahara, and Naveen. So Danielle.
Hi. First of all, I would like to say that I was very intrigued with your business plan write-up, especially as I am hitting midlife here, and you I feel like I'm taking a lot just to maintain, and gut health is really, really key here. What I'm trying to understand in your business plan is when someone comes in and you do the analysis of that, they're given based off of their results. Is it standardized? How does that work? So if us three came in and we gave our test, like, are we all three prescribed something completely different for our gut?
Yeah, so the way that our process works is that you get your lab results, and then based on your lab results, we actually have protocols that we have templatized, right? So they're templates. And then we teach you how to edit the templates based on what your labs say. So you're not going to do something that somebody else next to you is going to do if their lab result is different than yours. And you're going to have your own unique thing that is what you need based on your lab results. So it's very, very specific and very tailored in that way. But we have found something that consistently gets people results, and that's what's inside those templates, so that you know you can have that predictable, consistent outcome.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely a big problem. It's very prevalent. And especially as women, we know what it's like to go to doctors and explain all of these issues that we're having and then leave out saying, it's just anxiety. You're just tired. You're just doing too much. So I can definitely appreciate that. And my question comes from the medical side, right? Because if you have someone that's coming in that says, I only believe in health and doctors, and you're running these tests, but what qualifies you to understand and to analyze these medical test results?
So I'm trained as a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, and we are trained in how to analyze these labs. Some of the benefits of what our clinic is able to do is that when you're seeing a traditional doctor in a hospital setting, they can't order these labs. They do not have access to them because insurance, the way it works is hospitals have pre-arranged agreements with hospitals to say, kind of, we're going to create a menu of labs and you can pick from those. And they are not using these labs that are that have more markers. They literally look at more things, and that they're more sensitive than standard lab testing that you'll find in a hospital setting. And so from that, we're able to actually create and see more data than what a traditional doctor is going to do.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing and going through your pitch. You know, knock on wood, I'm fortunate where I haven't really had too many stomach issues, but as a mom of a young daughter and having to go to many specialists and gastro doctors, she has not been so fortunate. And so my question is, you know, this is great for women, but do you also do anything with young girls that are struggling, because we've done every test, right? And nothing has really been working too much. So is that something that we can start at a younger age and come to your clinic, or is it really just like 18 and up type diagnosis?
So that's a great question. So our method has applied to age ranges 12 and up, men and women. We tend to target women more because we see that that's a target market where they're either saying they experience the problem more. Some research even shows that they are experiencing or they're doing something about it. So in that mix, we're targeting adult women, but we have had clients ages 12 and up that we work with. Younger than 12, we're seeing you need a lot more pediatric specialty where you're changing a lot of dosages, but 12 and up, it's safe and effective.
Thank you.
And actually, one more thing, just I feel like it ties in a little bit what you're asking with the children and then the credentialing, is that I want to point out that when you see a doctor, they diagnose and they prescribe and they have patients. But when they see us, we educate, we recommend, and they're our clients. So we are not trying to replace doctors in terms of say like, oh, you don't need your doctor, but we work with them complementary in that way. And we give people a lot more empowerment to understand their bodies and know what to do, where they're not just following a basic, generally good diet for reasons they don't understand to get results that don't seem to be coming. So I hope that maybe that also explains that.
Thank you so much, Allison. We really appreciate all of the answers to the questions. And hello, everyone. I'm Lisa McCallum. I'm Chief Lending Officer of Michigan Women Forward. I'm part of the executive leadership team here at the organization, and I oversee all of our business development, technical assistance, accounting and business planning activities, our business educational programs, and all of our lending activities. So Michigan Women Forward is a community development financial institution that has a mission to create an inclusive economy in the state of Michigan where women and people of color can create viable businesses that build long-term sustainable wealth. We offer a variety of business programs and training to help startup and established businesses with helpful hot topics like how to write a business plan, let's get your financials in order, and bridging the digital divide. Our technical assistance team is absolutely amazing. They have accounting backgrounds that can help with projections and business planning. And we offer small business loans. We want to see small businesses get access to funds and help invest in communities. We help startup or established businesses to borrow funds for things like business startup costs, inventory, equipment, rent, payroll, insurance, software, and marketing. Sometimes a business can't just walk into a traditional financial institution and get a small business loan. We believe in offering affordable credit and accessible capital. Since we are not credit or collateral based, we are able to work with an entrepreneur to understand their business model and to tell their story to our loan committee. You may have heard me say this before, and you will hear me say it again. Every entrepreneur is here tonight because they believe in what is possible. They have heart and grit and drive, and we want to see their dreams realized. So if you are an entrepreneur and this speaks to you, please reach out to me at 586-599-9535 and we will hook you up. Again, that number is 586-599-9535. I'd love to give a thank you and shout out to our judges this evening. How are you enjoying the pitches? Awesome. I got a bunch of thumbs up. All right. Lastly, I would encourage everyone to sign up for our bi-weekly newsletter, which is called Scale. In Scale, we offer a variety of insights into networking, grant opportunities, and growth that are available for entrepreneurs just like you. We feature entrepreneurs and we celebrate women. You can sign up at www.miwf.org. And Ellie, I turn it back to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa. And thanks for telling us so much about all those services offered from Michigan Women Forward to entrepreneurs. All right, Lisa, we're going to let you go, but sit tight, because we'll bring you right back in just a few minutes. But we have Ronisha Love ready to go. Okay, Ronisha, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
There we go. All right. Good deal. Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. So we always work through the technical difficulties. So this is great. Okay. So you are with Our Love Extensions. So judges, just make sure that you flip back one page and you have the right person at the top of your sheet. You have some slides for us. I'm going to go ahead and bring those in now to the presentation. And so how this works is I have 1, 2, 3 minutes on our timer. So when you start talking, that timer will start its countdown. If need be, at 3 minutes, I will call time and you may finish your sentence. And then we'll go into some Q&A with the judges. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead, take a big breath in, let it out. When you start talking, this timer will start, and good luck.
Good evening, everyone. I am Renisha Love, the CEO of Our Love Extensions. How many people watching this has ever felt like they lost themselves? Rather, it was because of grief or losing a job. You just didn't feel like yourself at one point. So have I. Back in 2018, I was planning on going to a party with my friends. I had my outfit picked out, I had my shoes picked out, I had my hairstyle picked out. I mean, I was ready for this party like it was the first day of school or something. So as I'm getting ready, I start to brush my hair and my hair starts shedding all over my bathroom sink. And it wasn't a few strands, it was coming out in clumps. I was devastated. I wished I had a wig or bundles or something to put on and go, but I didn't. I found out I was suffering from postpartum hair loss. And after a year of trying different products that didn't work, I began to slip into a major depression. I started researching and I came across an article from the National Health Institute that states people suffering from hair loss are 8 times more likely to attempt suicide than those who aren't. And then I knew that I wasn't alone. I decided to create my own hair growth oil and I started my hair company. Our Love Extensions distinguishes itself from competitors by offering all natural hair care products and single donor 100% human hair, wigs, bundles, and extensions. This is important because it ensures that all the hair will flow in the same direction and have the same texture throughout. For example, if we took 2 women from the audience, they both might have curly hair, but it would be 2 different curl patterns. If you purchased a wig from us, all of the hair on that wig would have came from one person. Can you flip the slide? I'm sorry. Over the past 2 years, we've shipped products to 27 different states in Canada, assisting in the hair growth journey of men, women, and children suffering from cancer, postpartum hair loss, alopecia, and thyroid disease. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm messing up so bad. Oh my God. And thyroid disease. Over the past 3 years, and thyroid disease. I'm sorry. Am I able to start over? The slides kind of messed me up. Or I can't.
Unfortunately, keep going.
And thyroid disease. We've shipped products to customers in 27 different states in Canada with a 5-star rating and with over 160 customer reviews. The problem that we are constantly faced with is getting products to customers who are in urgent need. That is why we are asking for $10,000 to launch a hair vending machine. The vending machine will allow for customers to shop and receive their products within seconds, eliminating long delivery times and giving an instant solution to embarrassing hair loss situations. Our team expects the vending machine to increase our sales over 200% and our revenue over $567,000 within the first year. Thank you.
All right, you had 1 second left. You did great recovery, Renisha. Okay, so we're going to go into some Q&A with the judges. And so I'll go ahead and leave these slides up in case they want to refer to anything, okay? And then, so this round are going to start with Naveen, then Danielle, then Tahara.
I think your delivery was inspirational. Thank you for sharing your story and how you got to this place today. Very nice job. My question is, in terms of matching, I know you kind of went over it a little bit, but if, for example, someone orders a specific color and, they don't like the way it looks on them, how do you handle that in terms of like exchanges, returns, things like that, so that we can get them in the right color?
Okay. I have a 100% customer satisfaction rate. And I make sure that all of my customers are satisfied. So if the hair was the wrong color, they would be able to send it back and I would return it for them. I have no problem helping my customers. And also I offer different colors so they would be able to match the hair color with their hair.
Awesome. And then I had one more question for like, people that are maybe going through chemo and different things like that. Have you explored working with different doctors' offices, hospitals, things like that to get your product over there?
Yes, ma'am. I have donated to 6 different cancer institutes, hospitals, and shelters. So I'm constantly trying to get my products in the hand of people who urgently need them. If that means donating, I also give back to school drives and things like that. So I'm all for, giving back to the community.
Thank you. And thank you for what you've been doing. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I love the concept, and I thank you for sharing your story and being vulnerable. And I see that you took a real need in the system that women are really struggling with, and you created a solution. So I commend you on that. It's not easy to start businesses like this. My question around is, I noticed, again, I asked this to someone else earlier, but I'm very heavily into the digital marketing and social media marketing. I noticed you rely very heavily on that. So is there anything else you're doing besides social media and word of mouth, or how do you
Yes.
plan on to market beyond that?
Yes, ma'am. When I first started off, I had only e-commerce, but I was able to open up 2 different stores. So I have 2 store locations now. I'm getting over into vending machines because it's lower overhead cost and things like that. But I do have 2 physical stores, and I'm working on a 3rd store as well.
Hi. I thought your write-up was really, really well done. I thought your presentation was well done as well. My question is the hair vending machine. I personally have not seen this concept. Is this a new concept that is unique to what you want to do to get your products out, or am I not just seeing the hair vending machines?
So it is kind of new, but it is the #1 trending thing in vending machines. So hair vending is what's growing right now. So I want to stay afloat with what's growing. That's why I decided, for the hair vending machine. So it is trending. It's something that's up and coming. It's trending over food, beverages, and, the things that you would normally see in a vending machine.
And where would you locate your first hair vending machine?
I would put it in the 12 Oaks Mall in Detroit. Because it would get a lot of traffic, and when people come to the mall, they expect to spend money. So they would already be looking for, hair products and things like that. And my social media ad specialist will run ads for the vending machine as a store location. And I will collaborate with local cosmetologists and offer deals for customers when they purchase from me and book with them. That way I would get more clientele.
And you are making the wigs, correct?
No, ma'am. I am purchasing them from my manufacturer and then I resell them. I do have a ready-to-wear wig line where I purchase the wigs and I give them to a contractor and she styles them and has them ready so customers can just put them on, but I do not style them.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, we have just a little bit more time. Any other questions for Renisha? Okay. Well, really well done. We will let you go and go back to the Zoom room. Thank you so much for rounding us out this evening and for your pitch.
Thank you.
All right. So that was Renisha Love with Our Love Extensions. And with that, we have finished up our pitch competition this evening. That was the round of established pitches. We heard the startup a little bit earlier. Judges, thank you so much for your time, for reviewing the business plans ahead of time, for listening to the pitches and asking such thoughtful questions, giving great feedback. We are going to let you go to the judges' deliberation room. So that means you're going to leave us here. We won't see you again this evening, but thank you again. And we wish you the best in your deliberation and just in all of your endeavors with those wonderful spring things you said you were going to do. A lot of that sounds like with families. So have a lot of fun with that. And we'll stay in touch with you all. Thank you. All right. And so while they are headed into, sorry about that. So while they're headed over to the judges' deliberation, now is the time where if you have not clicked on that link to vote for your favorite hook, visuals, creative visuals, that's what it was, and most passionate pitch, we want you to go ahead and do that now. And so you can either click on that link, or I'm going to go ahead and throw a QR code up here. Now, I tried this one 3 times this week. I know it has the correct link. I'm going to go ahead and do it with you just so I give you enough time. So go ahead and pull up that camera function on your phone, stick it in front of the QR code. Get that link. And then you are able to vote for the best hook, the most creative visuals, and the most passionate pitch. So we definitely want you to do that. We're going to announce who wins those a little bit later. So, okay, everybody grab a quick QR code scan before I take it down. And Julia just posted, is going to repost the link for you to vote. Go ahead and do that. We're very excited to see who will win this evening in the audience award categories. Okay. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and bring back our Chief Lending Officer, Lisa McCallum. Hello, Lisa. Thank you for joining us again. So great to have you.
Hello, Ellie. I do not envy those judges. They have a difficult job ahead of them.
Yeah, I never envy the judges because I get to see, I don't meticulously read every single business plan that, we receive, but I kind of scan the business plans, and then I hear the pitches during the practice, and sometimes finalists want to get on and run them with me. So I hear them a lot, and I hear them ahead of time, and I'm like, ooh, okay. Yeah, judges have their work cut out for them.
Right?
Yes.
Right.
All right, but Lisa, you're going to tell us a little bit about our sponsor this evening. So I will hand it over to you.
Thank you. So here with us this evening is Julie Hegedus, Executive Director of Product Management at Consumers Energy, to say a few words. Julie, are you there?
I sure am.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
Did you enjoy listening to the pitches?
Oh, they're amazing. The 3 weeks in a row, it's just, they keep getting better and better. Every week.
Absolutely, 100%.
So thank you so much for having me here today. I'm really thrilled to be here with you this evening and to see the support that we provide through the grant making and see it really come to life. Consumers Energy is really dedicated to ensuring Michigan businesses and communities are growing and thriving. That includes creating opportunities for entrepreneurs who can bring critical new ideas to the table, like those who we were fortunate to see tonight. They were amazing. We know there's more to do, though, and we are grateful for all that Michigan Women Forward is doing on behalf of women-owned businesses and minority-owned businesses. So if we look at our partnership, I'm thrilled to say that we've contributed nearly $2 million to Michigan Women Forward and its Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative and other vital programming. Last year, Consumers Energy Foundation, Consumers Energy, and its employees and retirees contributed over $11 million to Michigan nonprofits. That includes more than $3.4 million supporting economic and community development initiatives across the state. So we really appreciate the opportunity to be here, and more importantly, the opportunity to support the entrepreneurs that have participated in today's event. I've truly enjoyed hearing the pitches, and I had to be one of those judges in the past. I was a couple weeks ago, and it really is hard. But I'm really excited to present today to today's winners. But before we virtually hand out those prizes, I definitely want to thank all of our finalists for sharing their vision and plans for growth. At Consumers Energy, we work for people, the planet, and Michigan's prosperity. And we know that small businesses are critical to a prosperous economy. Thank you again for your pitches. Your hard work will take you a very long way, and you will position our state for many years to come. So congratulations to all of you and those awesome pitches.
Thank you again, Julie, for being here tonight, and to Consumers Energy Foundation for always being a part of the work that Michigan Women Forward does. Without them, these competitions and so many other support services would just not be possible. So, Julie, don't say, but do you have a favorite?
Oh my goodness. I don't know that I could pick one tonight.
I know.
Although I am a huge coffee fan. So I was already looking them up. So really excited. But yeah, all of them did amazing. And I think I'm going to be following a lot more on those on Instagram and all the social media channels that they've got. So it's very cool.
100%, 100%. All right. Well, audience, if you haven't taken a moment to vote for your favorite passionate pitch and the other categories, please do so, because we know that these entrepreneurs need and love your feedback. So Ellie, I will turn it back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Julie and Lisa. We really appreciate you being with us this evening. And we're going to watch this short video from Consumers Energy. So check this out.
When you think about caring for your community, what comes to mind? Maybe it's improving education or encouraging workforce development, fighting hunger or eliminating homelessness, preserving the environment, or supporting the arts. Consumers Energy has been giving back to Michigan for well over a century, and since 1990, we have been helping local communities grow and thrive through the Consumers Energy Foundation. Last year, Consumers Energy, our charitable foundation, employees and retirees gave over $11 million to Michigan nonprofit organizations. We're investing in what's most important to Michigan, its people, our planet, and Michigan's prosperity. The Consumers Energy Foundation is committed to ensuring all Michigan residents thrive economically and have access to world-class educational resources. We're focused on creating grants that protect and strengthen the health and sustainability of our state's land, water, and air. And we're dedicated to ensuring Michigan's businesses and communities are growing with world-class resources. For more information on how the Consumers Energy Foundation is caring for our communities, visit consumersenergy.com/foundation.
Well, thank you again to Consumers Energy Foundation for your support of this program. One of the things that we like to do is to hear an update from some of our previous winners, and we have one of those for you this evening. So earlier this week, I had the opportunity to sit down and chat with Cherie Savage of Naturally Illustrated. Cherie won first place in our startup category last year in the Southeast competition, and she had an update for us about what she's been up to this last year and plans for the future. So let's check this out.
So Naturally Illustrated is my illustration company. It started off as a coloring book though. So that coloring book was called Naturally Illustrated, which is a journal, a visual journal of my natural hair journey. So I wanted to market this coloring book outside of social media, and I was thinking of ways to do that. And that's when I started my pop-up coloring events. So Naturally Illustrated developed from my hair journey into a coloring book into pop-up coloring events.
Pop-up coloring events. I have something in my head. It sounds pretty self-explanatory, but just in case it's a little different from what I'm thinking, tell us a little bit about what those entail.
Yeah, so it's literally just me popping up in different venues hosting coloring events. So people will come in and color, and they're coloring my illustrations. So I would partner with local small businesses in Detroit to have these coloring events.
It sounds so wonderful and relaxing and therapeutic almost. That is awesome. Okay, so back to the pitch competition. Just before you were even competing, how did you hear about it? What made you decide to apply?
Goodness gracious. So, just being in business for a while and networking and looking into different resources, I want to say maybe online, just through my email or social media. I've been knowing about the pitch competition for maybe a good couple of years before I actually applied. And so once I did my research, I knew that I wanted to pitch my next business venture would be the coloring museum.
So you get this notification that you're a finalist in the Southeast competition. I think we notified finalists like late November, early December, sometime around there. Like, so you're notified. Take us through the process of what it's like to prepare yourself for the actual competition, which doesn't happen until March.
Yeah.
So you're paired with a coach and mentor to help you with the process. You have to develop a business plan. You need to put together a 3-minute pitch. What was that like for you?
Oh goodness, it was definitely a rush, especially with all of that having to do it in a very short time frame. A business plan can be very tedious and time consuming. And then here it is. I'm working with a coach to help me improve the business plan along with my pitch, and then there's the workshops that go along with the pitch competition to help prepare us. So, it was definitely a lot, but it was a great experience because now with my coach, we still have a rapport with one another. Matter of fact, I joined another networking organization called Wealth Investor Network. So here it is. It was just a great experience all around. Again, I'm still networking and I have this great opportunity, and I'm meeting new people who are also in the pitch competition that I've continued to see in the scene, in the ecosystem. And, it was just a great opportunity, a great experience.
So that's a theme I've heard from some of our previous winter updates as well, is it warms my heart to hear that, as great as prize money and winning is, it's these connections are so valuable too. And the networking opportunities with other finalists, with your coach, like I love to hear that. So thanks for touching on that. Okay. Day of pitch competition and, rolls around, you're in the Zoom room with the other finalists until it's your turn to pitch. You pitch, you go back to the Zoom room and just kind of wait to hear. And then you're announced as the first place winner for $10,000.
Yes.
Super exciting. What did you do with the prize money?
Oh my
That's
goodness.
a lot of money.
Yes, it is. And so initially when I was pitching, I wanted to use that money towards the build out of my flagship store. Well, what I did was I actually used that money towards the build out of my 6-month pop-up. So I decided to, I wanted to test the business model. Granted, the Coloring Museum is a new concept. I haven't seen anything out there like the Coloring Museum. So I wanted to see how people respond to it, even though I really felt like, hey, this will be extremely successful. But again, I said, you know what? Let me start off small for a second. Let's see what happens, and then we'll go ahead and open up the flagship store if everything goes well, and it definitely did. During that 6 months, we had tons of media. If I'm not mistaken, I've been on every local news station within that 6 months. People, gravitating to us, wanting to have their birthday parties there, having their organization parties there. People who are caregivers wanting their clients to come in. Everyone really felt connected with the Coloring Museum, wanted to support the Coloring Museum, and were very upset when we had to close our doors after our lease was up. But I am here to tell you guys that we are still looking for our flagship home and we will reopen. But using that $10,000 definitely helped us a lot during that process, because regardless to what, we treated it as if we were opening up a permanent store. So it did cost us money between the build out, our inventory. So that $10,000 definitely came a long way for us.
Yeah. So you sort of told us about what you do with the money and how you saw the growth in your business with the pop-up and all of the media attention and customers, which is so great. So what are your future plans?
Yes. So right now we are in the process of looking for our flagship home. We actually have some scheduled dates where we're doing some walkthroughs on some potential buildings. So that's it for that part. But we are doing some pop-ups, going back to our roots and doing 1 day coloring pop-up events just to keep people engaged and entertained. And we still have an online presence where people can purchase our coloring books and pillows, and take the coloring fun back to their homes. And then we also have our coloring wall, which is a 10-foot by 6-foot mobile wall where we could customize our illustrations for you guys so you can, again, have some type of coloring activity at your birthday party, corporate event, so on and so forth. So, we're still very much active until we're able to, get into our permanent space.
Well, it's a journey, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Well, Cherie, if people want to find you, how do they do that? Where do they go?
Yeah, so the Coloring Museum. You guys can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as the Coloring Museum. And you can also go online to our website, thecoloringmuseum.com.
So great to hear an update from Cherie. Congratulations, Cherie, again on your win last year, and just all of the coverage and growth that you've been able to have with your business over the last year. I do remember she was actually doing a coloring on the wall last year while she was pitching, which was really cool to see. And so one more thing that we like to do is to hear from some of our staff members about what it is they do at MWF. In case you are interested or someone we want you to know who you can connect with. And so we are going to hear from our business development manager, Tanisha Greer, this evening. She's been over in the Zoom room all night, and we're going to hear a little bit more about that in here. So let's watch.
My first goal is about funding and providing that capital to our entrepreneurs. So it's a couple of things here that we do that people may not be aware of. We have our Michigan Economic Fund opportunity. It's a $10 million fund that is providing loans to our entrepreneurs for equitable access to capital for our marginalized communities. Then we also have our endurance loan. Our endurance loan is for the Washtenaw County and the Ypsilanti-based businesses only. This loan is a $20,000 loan that is also paired with a grant. And then we have our baby, our business microloan. Our business microloan is it starts at $2,500. It goes up to $50,000. It is the microloan that we usually do use a lot with all our entrepreneurs to be able to help them pivot their businesses. But one thing I get a lot of questions about is, does MWF only fund women? No, we fund a few good men. We fund all entrepreneurs. It is really great. And then we do also have programs that go on and programs that we partner with our ecosystem partners, which I really want people to know about. The NFL Draft Small Business Pre-Grant Game. It is increasing your small business visibility as the NFL will be stepping into Michigan for the NFL Draft. And then we also are partnered up with some more of our community partners with Technology Bites. This is a 8-week workshop for entrepreneurs to really get their digital media together. And I'm there also to explain about the funding that we have here at Michigan Women Forward.
Got it. So it sounds like we have a lot going on on the southeast side of the state. I don't think there's really ever a time of year when we're not busy. So always excited to hear about different programs coming up, whatever the season is, and of course excitement around the NFL draft. Going to be in Detroit next month. So let me ask you this. What is your favorite part of your job? What just gets you, other than working with me, of course, what just gets you excited to go to work?
I am an empowered woman that is empowering entrepreneurs across the state of Michigan, not just here in the Southeast Michigan, Southeast. I am really helping educate entrepreneurs to when they get the no or the not right now, that over here we have the yes. And over here we have why we have the yes and get you to the yes. I am able to just impact these businesses with education, financial literacy education, with our digital marketing programs that we have, with our TA department that wraps their arms around our entrepreneurs to help them with their cash flow analysis, their flow charts, and different things like that. So the impact that I have on the entrepreneurs is what gets me up and going.
Love it. So something else that you're involved in is our WomanUp and pitch competitions, and not just in this interview that I'm doing with you right now, but you week in and week out are in our finalist green room, which is a separate Zoom room. And so you hang out with the finalists in there, except for when they're coming on to pitch. So tell us a little bit about what that experience is like and getting to meet with and interact with the finalists every week.
Well, it is so exciting. This is like maybe what my fourth year doing this in the green room. I take full ownership of it. I love it. And one of the things that I do to focus with the entrepreneurs back there in the green room is focus on me. Do not watch other people pitch. Only focus on your pitch because it's about you. Who knows your business better than what? You. Also, really great is that I have the opportunity to really tell them about our organization, where it started in 1986, what it's been doing, and where it's going. They get to find out every aspect of Michigan Women Forward, which is exciting.
Yeah, so a valuable 2 hours with them.
Yes, yes.
That's great. So, Tanisha, if someone is interested in a microloan, they want to learn more, what is that process like? Who do they talk to? How do they get started?
Well, one of the things is that's really great. I've been here for 5 years, so I have been the first contact for everyone that kind of comes into the ecosystem here at MWF to tell them about our microloans and to guide them. I will also pair them up with their business development officer, our manager, our director that is in their area, but it starts at our website at www.miwf.org. Click on apply now, and that's how you can start with our application. The process, it is it's not quick, but it is very due diligent and we really take care of the entrepreneurs. We're just not trying to throw some money at you as much as they need to pivot, but we really want you to understand what you need the finances for. Sometimes people come and they want 50,000, but they actually only need 30, and some people come with 30, but they actually need 50. We take that time out to explain so that you can pivot your business to the next level. So they can always reach me at tgreer@miwf.org or our website.
So great to hear from Tanisha. Love the work that she does. And I know that everyone just has a really good time with her in the finalist room. So at this point, we are ready to announce those winners. And I know that you are just all like itching to hear who those are. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in our president and CEO back, Carolyn Casson. And I'm going to go ahead and bring Julie Hegedus back with Consumers Energy. Hi, how are you both doing this evening?
Doing well, Ellie.
Okay,
really excited.
I know you've been waiting. We are very excited. So we're going to go ahead and get to it. I'm going to take myself out, and then we're going to start with third place in the startup category. So here goes.
Oh, it was really tight back there in the judges' room. There were less than 1 point that separated some of these decisions. So it was really tough. I'm still a wreck.
They have a hard job. They have a really hard job.
Oh my! As you know, you've been a judge. It really is tough. And thank you for representing Consumers Energy, because I know you all of you, everyone here knows that without you, we could not have done this. You provide the funding for these prizes, so everyone is grateful. Well. You want to get started, Julie?
Yeah. They can't wait. They don't want to hear us talk, right?
Hear about what you guys have to say. All right. Let's start with the startup category. And the third place winner is, as Julie showed, hold it up there, the $2,500 in the startup category is Cultural Cuties. Aisha?
Yay! Thank you.
Right?
Well, I had to pull over. I had to get my kids. But thank you.
$500.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And the second place winner, $5,000. Look at that $5,000 drum roll. The Damage Zone.
Thank you.
This was tough. This was a tough one. They loved you. They loved you. The judges loved you. That's
Thank
great.
you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, and the first place winner with a very slim margin, but still the one that came out on top, $10,000, East Side Roasters.
Oh my God! Stop up! I'm sorry. So amazing! Congratulations!
Oh, we didn't have that on.
Sorry.
You're going to be on the promotional next year. That was good. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
$1,000. We can't wait to hear
Well deserved.
and you tell us everything that's happened.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Oh my gosh. That was
Wow.
exciting.
Great reactions. Always so
That
great.
was a great scream. That was a great scream.
Yeah.
That was
You
good.
can
That was
feel
good.
the passion and the love.
Yeah. So we're gonna just play a quick transition video here, but did want to mention that actually the best hook was in the startup category. It was Zena for the Damage Zone. So great job there in addition to the prize money. And then the most creative visuals and most passionate pitch were Tamara Lincoln with Lincoln Stone Paper. So really well done there. But we are just gonna play this video real quick with some fun reactions. And we'll be right back for the established awards. All right. And will everyone humor me just one more moment? We got to give some thank yous to our coaches. So I'm going to go ahead and put them up. Our coaches are fantastic because they partner with our finalists throughout this whole process to help put together that business plan and that 3-minute pitch. And I'm sure they've heard countless pitch rehearsals. I know some of them. So we just thank them so much. So go ahead, take a look at this list. And if you know anybody, make sure you give them a shout out next time you see them or send them a text or an email or something. So we so appreciate our coaches every year. Okay, now we are ready. We have everyone in for the established category. So I'm going to hand it over to both of you for the award announcement.
Here we go.
Okay. $25. Third place for the established category is First Love Tours.
Yay!
Good job. Congratulations. Congratulations. And the second place winner for $5,000, Julie, is Better Belly Therapies.
Oh, so congratulations. How cute.
Excited? Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
And last but not at all the least, because it's actually the most, first place, the $10,000 winner is Scarlett Crane.
Oh my God. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
So amazing. Well deserved.
That was great. Julie, isn't this the most fun?
Totally the most fun. I could do this all night with you.
I know. Yeah, just keep sending us money. We'll keep awarding money.
I'm working on it, Carolyn. Let me tell you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Consumers Energy, for all the support you give us. You've sponsored us now for the last 10 years, and we could not do this without you. You've changed a lot of lives, and you've jump-started a lot of businesses because of your support. So thank you. I also want to say my own thank you to these incredible judges. That is hard work, being a judge and making decisions about who to award the money to. They do a good job. Like Ellie, I want to say thanks to all the coaches and the reviewers. They
Oops, we lost Carolyn, but thank you again to coaches, to reviewers, to the judges, to everybody who helped make this competition what it was in the process. And if you enjoyed this, join us next. Oh, handing it back over to you, Carolyn.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. A call came in, and it took over for us. But I just want to say thank you to all of you behind the scenes, the MWF crew. You saw Tanisha and you see Ellie, but there's a whole group of them that are making sure that the numbers are correct and making sure we're doing everything right, getting people in and out. So thank you to all of the MWF crew for what they do. So if you had fun tonight, join us next week. We have one more of these on the last Thursday, March 28th at 5:30 p.m. We're going to do an actual in-person food competition. So not only do you get to help us decide who wins, you'll get a chance to taste some really great food. It's here in Detroit, and we're going to put the link to purchase tickets on the right now on the website. I don't know. Where are we putting the link?
We'll put it in the chat for everybody.
We'll put it in the chat for everybody. Okay, that's great. We'd love to see you there. And thank you again. Anything else, Ellie, that you want to make sure everybody knows about before we say goodnight?
No, that's it.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. And congratulations. Everybody did a great job. Remember, all these women are winners. They're putting their heart and soul into their business. So thanks to all of them. Good night.